What's going on, everyone? We are finally here to talk about Terminator Zero. Now, I know a lot of people were probably excited for this. There was others that was probably had their own complaints on this show, but I wanted to watch this because I was like, okay, you know what? I've been a long time Terminator fan. There's been movies that I liked about it. There's ones that I haven't liked about it. And for those of you that are a Terminator fan, first off, I'm just going to go in and say this. Go watch the series yourself. Go watch it. Go check it out. There's only one season right now. Hopefully, honestly, I want another season. It's on Netflix. This is a big project. So if you guys are not familiar with the Terminator franchise, I do recommend you at least watch maybe the first and second one. That we get a little bit more context on maybe kind of know what's going on. But they literally took it in a whole new direction than what I originally predicted. So if you guys want to know, obviously stick around. But also we are getting into spoilers. We're going to be getting into a lot of theories on this and also other things that was shown in the series. So the entirety of the series is around two characters. Well, mainly two to three characters. So the main character, Malcolm Lee, is a uh, I would say pretty much on how Miles Dyson was in Terminator 2. He has created another AI by the name of Kokoro, who he believes is humanity's salvation, to where he believes if he brings her online, then she can either be an ally to save them against Skynet, or be able to be a threat as well, or partner against Skynet, or be able to work with Skynet or something. And he just gets terrified of, what do I do? He's running out of time. This is the week of Judgment Day. This is in 97 of Tokyo. He has three children. Their mother passed away in a accident, and their caretaker slash nanny, Masaki, she's there, which is a great character, by the way, of how they get into her character. Then we meet another character by the name of Ikaro, I believe her name is Ikaro, who is a future survivor in the timeline, and she goes back when the Terminator gets sent back, because the Terminator is there to not only take down Malcolm, but at the same time take down the other AI that gets turned on. And we have where he is very strict with his children. His children does want to run away, and then Masaki, she goes after him, and they go through this whole journey of her running into Ikaro, trying to explain about the Terminator. And what we see throughout the entirety is obviously a lot of throwbacks to the original film. Like, there was a police scene in the police station, which you've seen the first film. I'm just going to say that. There's another one of the whole, FU machine that is set in there as well. So there's a lot of throwback to the original films. I will say that. And we also see a little bit more on how the timing works, because they keep on changing the timelines. They didn't bring up John Connor. They didn't bring up Sarah Connor. They didn't bring up anything else in the other movies. The only thing that they brought up is Iriko having a conversation with some type of a elder in their community, and she explains to her the timeline. So, for example, when she goes in the timeline back, she's going to be creating a whole new timeline. The timeline that she is from is either going to continue or no longer exist, depending on what she happens. So that's the reason why the Terminators keep going back into the time, and it's only going to change the future of an alternate future of where that person was no longer existed due to the Terminator going back in time and taking them out. Now, that made a little bit more sense, especially with everything that they've been trying to do. And Ikaro, again, she was a very hardcore woman. It sounded like they were going to try to make her into like a Kyle Reese type. And in a way, they kind of did, and I'm going to get to that a little bit later on in the video. But you see where she has to protect Malcolm's children. She's trying to find him. She's trying to stop him. Malcolm is literally in a fortress trying to convince the AI of humanity is worth saving, and she kind of makes the same choice that Skynet did. She sees everything that they've done, and she does stop the missiles, but then she takes over using other robots and taking out humanity in Tokyo, while she makes the decision of, should I ally myself with humanity, or should I ally myself with Skynet, or are they both my enemies? And it's up to Malcolm to show her that humanity is worth saving, that it can be an ally, that not everybody's the same, that yes, we made bad decisions, that yes, we're, all this thing on Earth. But in the end, he does show her that they could be allies. And I do get tired of the kids in here because, again, some of the characters was annoying. Like some of the kids, Igor was a little annoying, not too bad, but to the point where it was like, okay, what is more of her backstory? And we learn from Malcolm that he is from the future, obviously, and he created the character Masaki because she does lose an arm, and you realize she's a cyborg, and it's like, how is she like that? And he was born into this war, and he got all the way up to, I think, 2032, and he was a specialist, and he started learning, okay, if we use other AIs and we do other things that Skynet use, we'll have a better chance. He started creating another AI, and she took the name Misaki, and also started learning more about humanity. They became friends, and he created a time machine so they could go back in 1983 into Tokyo so he'd have a chance to stop Judgment Day. He uses her chip to start up the new AI. And she has no memory of this. She does not know, when she finally figures out that, hey, I'm a cyborg, she does not know the reason why. She does not know why she was created, other than she was created. And his two sons are being a little chauvinistic to her. The oldest son is, because of just everything. He thinks that he's smart, he's this, he's that, like his father. But again, he's very chauvinistic, and he's very egotistical, again, at a very young age. But we do see where, after everything kind of comes to a conclusion, we see where we find out that the Terminator, who was played by Timothy Olyphant, who I think did a good job in this role, who really brought the darkness of what a Terminator can do, but at the same time going up against other robots, trying to go on against Ikaro and then Misaki at one point, and seeing them combine to fight up against each other. Now, the real thing that really took me by a thread was Malcolm revealing at the very end that Ikaro was his mother. That is what shocked me. That Ikaro was his mother. That he was the child of her, and she finally got to meet her son and her grandchildren. And how Misaki was from the future as well. So now, at the very end, it's up to Misaki, Ikaro, to protect the children from being whoever they're going to be, because they were a threat, so was their father. And Kokoro decides to make a ally with humanity for right now, after Malcolm's oldest son is about ready to turn her off with the help of the Terminator, because he finds out that the Terminator was sent by him in the future, and he was a broker between Skynet and humanity, which again was kind of weird, but we've seen that before in games and I think the movies. But this is the first time that we've seen in anything Terminator of something within Terminator of another AI going up against Skynet. To my knowledge, we've never really seen that, and to see that was very well done, and I liked it. I enjoyed myself. There was times where I almost didn't enjoy myself. The music was amazing. The animation was amazing. The story does take a minute to get into, especially if you haven't seen the movies in a long time, but there's a lot of throwback to the original films. There is, but I do heavily emphasize, if you guys have not seen the series, check it out for yourselves. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys are fans of this, let me know what you like about it, what did you dislike about it. I did enjoy myself. I'm hoping we get another season and to explore this alternate timeline of Terminator to see if they can stop Skynet, or they're going to be going through Judgment Day, or they're going to be going through these other things. Let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments, and I'll be seeing you guys as always on the next one.